Hey there, hello everyone out there in Facebook land. Teresa Schloop here with Web Designs by Teresa, where I create small businesses, or I should say I'm filling the web, the small business web, with gorgeous websites that work as hard as you do. And today I am back and joining you guys, as I promised this morning, talking about creating boundaries and setting boundaries within your website. A lot of people, when it comes to building their website, they put words on paper. They follow a template, which is great. I love templates. Or they look at what some of their other business owner friends or people that they've seen before are doing, and they just copy what they see without putting a lot of thought into building that website in a way that creates intention and supports you in the coming days ahead. And so I wanted to just share with you guys today an idea that I do with all of my clients, and that is actually building boundary lines within the website and setting those boundary intentions when you're building your website, so that you are not only communicating clearly with your clients and customers, but you're also communicating clearly with yourself, and you have a place to remind yourself about the boundary lines that you have set up in place. Now, being the start of a new year, a lot of us are looking at creating intentions. We're setting goals. We're really hard charging, we're determined, and we're ready to really make the world a better place, and to do so with our own small little corner of the world. And that's fabulous and that's credible. But what most of us forget about is that if we don't have clear boundary lines in place, we are going to get exhausted really fast, really quick, and we're not going to be able to keep up with those determinations, those goals, those intentions that we set. And so while you're setting those intentions, while you're out there creating the new goals that you have for 2019 and how you're going to be incredible, why not take some time to set boundaries as well at how and when and where you're available, and build that information right into your website, so that anytime somebody reaches out to you, they know exactly what to expect, and you yourself have always, as I said a moment ago, a reminder of how all of this stuff works and what those boundary lines are. So for those of you who are catching up with me, go ahead, if you would like to grab a pen and paper. Now would be a great time to grab some pen and paper if you want to take notes. If you can't do that right now, that's okay. Don't worry about this. You can catch this video on the replay, either here on Facebook or in my website as well, where I'll be posting that on my blog page here later on today or early next week. So I'll make sure that I post the replay for that as well. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to take a quick drink here because thank you. I have been talking all day long. I'm working on an incredible project with the local community, and I have been out talking with businesses all day long. So my throat is a little bit dry. But while we're waiting for just a moment to get my throat caught up, let me know if you are popping in and saying hello. I see, oh, Kim. Hey, Kim. Kim is one of my soul sisters. Thanks for joining me here. I'm so glad that you are popping in. And everyone else, let me know that you're here. Just pop in and say hello. Facebook does not always let me know when you guys are showing up, and I like to know who I'm connecting with, because it makes talking to a camera a little bit more enjoyable. So say hello for me. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining me. I'm so glad that you were able to pop on here today. So yeah, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started about talking about those boundary lines and setting those boundary lines right into your website. Now, the first thing, thanks Stephanie, the first thing that, one quick note, I always forget to say this, but while you guys are posting comments, or while I'm going through, if you have questions, don't hesitate to comment and post them. I will be happy to answer those, and if I don't see them as they pop up on my screen, I'll make sure I go back and circle around and answer them in writing. So feel free to pop questions. Just know that I may not answer them on the spot, because I don't want to be a distracted presenter and have myself jumping all over the place. So with that, we're going to get started now, and that is setting those boundary lines within your website. As I said earlier, when I was just kind of starting the business, or starting this Facebook Live, is that a lot of times when we put up our website, we kind of look at what everybody else is doing and we copy that, or we copy a template, and we don't really think about the intentions and the boundaries that we can actually build into the website itself. And so today I'm going to give you 3 tips of things that you can do, that you can build into your website. It doesn't matter what platform you're using. You don't have to know technology. This is all intention and boundaries. So it's all in the content that you add to your website. And the first one that I want to share with you is to always be really clear about what it is that you do. Now that seems like a no-brainer, I'm sure. But why I want to say this is that a lot of times when we're putting our website out there, we try to get clever about what it is that we do, or we try to be creative about sharing the message of what it is that we do. And we're not super clear on what it is. Not only is that confusing to our clients and customers and website visitors, but it starts to fuzzy those boundary lines for ourselves as well. And I want to give you an example here. So for me, for example, I am a web designer. I am filling the small business world with gorgeous websites that work as hard as you do. That is what I do, websites. But even though I say websites, I still get calls on a regular basis with people asking me if they can, if I can do their Facebook page for them. It's online, so they want me to build their Facebook page for them. I don't do Facebook pages. Earlier on in my business, I was fuzzy with that. I would say your online presence. And so people would ask me, can you do my Facebook page? And because I'm good with Facebook and my own page, I would be like, well, that's kind of close to a website. That's kind of close to what I do. Sure, I can do your Facebook page. The downside was that that's not my passion. That is not my joy. I don't love doing other people's Facebook pages. And I had a hard time keeping up with my own page at times because websites is my thing, and I'm often disconnected and offline because I'm building websites. So by being clear and stating, I build small business websites, gorgeous small business websites that work as hard as you do, and making it clear that websites is exactly what I do. So when somebody calls me now and asks me, can you do Facebook? I can easily say, nope, I do websites, because I have been clear on my website that I build websites. I hope that is making sense to you guys. Give me a heart or a smiley face or a love or something if that is making sense to you guys, because I want to make sure that I'm communicating this in a way that is going to be easy for you to translate. Another example I can share is because a lot of people are wanting to sell their products, let's say on Etsy, and they will call me up and say, well, you do websites, can you build my Etsy shop online? Again, that's not what I do. And so by making it very clear and posting on my Facebook page, oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Kim. By posting on my website, I build small business websites, I am setting the boundary line that this is what I do. And it's a lot harder to tempt me to do Facebook or to do those other things, because I'm very clear at what I do with my Facebook or what I offer my clients. Now you want to make sure that it is clear in 5 seconds or less. And this isn't necessarily a boundary line. This is just to draw people in. If people land on your website and they do not know what you do in 5 seconds or less, they're probably going to skip on to the next website, hit the back button, go back to Google, whatever the case it is. So you want it to be super clear and to the point from the very beginning. Now, the next thing, I'm going to take a look at my notes here. So that was the first thing, being very clear on what it is that you offer to your clients and customers. The next thing that you want to be super clear on is how you can be reached. Now, if you were to go to my website right now, you would see where I say, filling the small business world with gorgeous websites that work as hard as you do. Right underneath that, there is a button for people to schedule a call with me, a free consultation. And that is the ideal way for people to contact me. I don't list my phone number on my homepage because that's not the best way to reach me. I need you to schedule time with me because I want to really have a conversation with you. I want to know your dreams. I want to know your website goals. I want to know your business goals. I want to know all of those things. And I can't get that from just quick little interactions and voicemails and emails. So that's why I don't list my phone number and my email address on that page or on my home page. I want you to schedule a call with me because I want to know more about you so that I can give you an honest answer if I am the best fit for you and what package is going to be the best fit for you. Now, if you dig a little bit deeper into my website, you'll go to the contact page, and here you're going to see that I clearly state right there how to contact me. And I say it on my website. I'm going to read this to you guys. It says, I love meeting new people, but balancing email, phone, and social media messages can be tough to keep up with at times. The best way to connect with me is to schedule a time to chat, and I give you a full 30 minutes of my undivided attention. I state that clearly on there because I have 2 email addresses. Well, actually, I have 5 email addresses, but I have 3 email addresses that are very well known. 2 of them are personal, and 1 of them is my business account. I also have a business phone and a personal phone that I can get voicemails, calls, and texts on, both of them. I have a business Facebook page and a personal Facebook page. And because of the work that I do, because of how I connect with a lot of my clients, often on a very personal level, and because I'll friend just about anybody on Facebook, because I love all you guys, everybody has access to all of that information. And there have been times that I have gotten messages on every single one of those avenues with somebody who was needing support. And it gets to be a little bit overwhelming and exhausting. So one good example, I was off on a weekend trip with my family, hanging out, weekend off, and I had a client who had a question. They emailed me on my personal account, both of them, and on my business account. They texted me in both locations. They called me, they Facebook messaged me, and by Monday, I had about 15 different contact messages, and I just was not able to keep up. The downside was I didn't really keep up with my phone that weekend because I was on a trip. Now, this client felt that I was neglecting her, and that really wasn't the case. And that was when I learned I really need to be clear on my expectations, is how I can be reached. And so with her, I took care of her and everything was fine. But I needed to make it more clear. So in my website, that is why I state very clearly, if you want my undivided attention, schedule a call with me. If you scroll down on my website a little bit, on that contact page again, you'll see where I tell people that you can call and email me. I don't say anything about the Facebook messengers and all the other avenues or texting because I don't want to have to keep up with 5 to 6 different avenues. I say you can call or email me, and I'll do my best to reach you in 3 business days. Again, I'm setting an expectation with my clients that I may not be immediately available in phone and email, but I will get back to you, and I will get back to you in 3 days. I'm also creating a boundary line for myself so that when somebody emails me at 7 o'clock at night, I don't feel obligated to respond to them at 7 o'clock at night after my typical working hours. So that's number 2, and how to build those expectations into your contact page. And if any of you have a contact page and you just want to send it to me and get a quick review, just send me an email or hop on my website or do a quick consultation. I'll be happy to take a look at that because it's something that is really powerful and helpful if we can get somebody to take an extra look. And it's a great place to set expectations with the people that we're going to be working with. And now the third thing that I wanted to share with you guys, straighten out my notes, is to be very clear when you are available. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you want to be always available. We are always on. I saw somebody posted in one of my private groups this morning that she wakes up working because she loves what she does so much. She works, her brain is working on her business 24/7, and that is awesome and incredible and wonderful. However, being always available to your customers and your clients is it's not something that I consider to be accommodating. It's something that I feel is exhausting. We have to have downtime. We have to have time for our family and friends. We have to have time for ourselves. We have to have time for self-care and self-love and all of those things. And so if we were always available, we are going to be always exhausted. When we're always exhausted, our boundary lines become too fuzzy and we just don't see them any longer. And next thing you know, we're heading straight to burnout, and it'll be 2020 and we're setting new intentions for a new year because we just got too tired to keep up with all these incredible goals that we set for 2019. So that is what I'm going to suggest to you, is to be super clear when you are available. Set your business hours. Now, if you have a brick and mortar store or you have a brick and mortar service-based company, such as Kim, I know, has chiropractic and service. I have a friend who's going to tune in later who owns a boutique. When she is setting, she has brick and mortar hours. And so that's simple and that's easy. But what about those of us who have service-based companies? I've always been service-based. I've always worked with people across the nation. I work with people online. I work with people over the phone. And I've done this for a long time. It's easy to want to be available all the time because I'm so easily available. I don't go to a business. I go to an office that's right outside my dining room. And it's easy for me to want to be available, but I get exhausted. So for me, I have set business hours and I've put them into my website so that my clients know these are my business hours. This is when I'm available and this is when you can reach out to me or when I'm going to respond to you. I also utilize automated messages. So if you were to message me, send me an email, I'll utilize automated messages a lot of times, letting you know that I don't always email or respond right away, but I do my best to respond in 3 days. I have an automated virtual mini-me in my Facebook Messenger, which is not a way that I promote contacting me, but I do have a virtual mini-me that allows people to get information from me when I'm not available. So utilize those automated tools as much as possible, but be very clear when you are available, because when you try to be all available, you just exhaust yourself and you just can't accomplish your goals. And that is why it's so important to set those clear boundaries. So those are my 3 tips. And just to share for those of you just joining me here, the first one that I suggest is to be super clear on your website about what it is that you do. It's easy to want to do something similar to that as the example I gave earlier. People will say, oh, you do websites, so can you do my Facebook page too? Nope, I only do websites. And it's not because I can't do Facebook, it's because it's just not my job. I'm happy to recommend somebody, but I don't do that. The second thing you want to do after you're very clear about what it is that you do and what you offer is you want to make sure that you let people know how to reach you. Be clear about what is the best way to reach you. If phone is the best way to reach you, then that's what you want to share, and that's what you want to share most prominently on your website. If email is the best way to reach you, then say that. Say, hey, email me because I'm quick at responding, and email me. If you want people to schedule with you, say that. This is the best way to reach me, and I'm going to give you my undivided attention when you schedule that free consultation. And the third thing to set those boundaries and build them into your website is letting people know when you're available, so they will know very clearly when you're not available. And so you will know when you're not available, and you can devote time to your family and friends and to yourself, to take care of yourself, because that's so very important, especially as an entrepreneur or a solopreneur who is doing everything on your own. So those are my tips here for today. My voice is surviving. Like I said, I've been talking all day and it's been a fabulous day. If you guys have any quick questions for me, feel free to post them in the comments below. I would love to chat with you guys. Otherwise, I would just like to wish you guys all a very, very happy Friday afternoon. We are coming into the weekend, and I hope you have something fun and exciting planned for your first weekend here of the new year. I know I am going to be doing some desire mapping with some ladies the next couple days. I'm super excited about that. Still working on my own New Year intentions and creating the best web design business that I can possibly create in 2019. So with that, I am going to probably pop off here. And oh, thank you. You're so very welcome, Kim. I am so excited to have you connect and join with me here today. And thanks for commenting. I would love to connect with you again here soon just to see how things are going. So I will touch base with all of you again in the near future, and have a fantastic weekend. Happy New Year. Love you guys. Bye.